people who are looking for treatment to go to, what are some unethical things that you've seen that people should look out for when trying to get their life together?
Well, I mean, there's so many different things that I've seen over the years that are unethical. You know, when somebody's trying to dangle a carrot and tell you, let's go to treatment, I'll give you this much money, that ain't right.
What is that called?
That's body brokering.
All right. Can you explain body brokering?
Yeah. So, like, you know, there was a time when mostly treatment was cash pay. People would put up their houses to be able to put their kid in treatment. This was before 2010. Then we started watching, you know, certain things take place like, well, for one, there was insurance was covering a lot of people to go to treatment, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so if people have very good insurance policies, that to some treatment centers, I mean, it's a higher paying policy, right? When people when they go to treatment, they're getting paid $30,000 a month, sometimes $60,000, $90,000. This could be over almost up to $100,000 for one patient to go to treatment.
Mm-hmm.
So you started getting these people that were like so-called hope dealers, right? That were basically sometimes middlemen, like a third party, like a person that is somebody that's going to be able to get the patient and put them into treatment, and along the way entice them in certain ways by giving them, you know, ideas of here, it will pay you to go get better, right? Like, I'm here to give you hope to change your life. And on top of that, I'm going to give you some money, keep my number. I'll put you in this treatment center. They'll put them there for 20 days. They keep in touch with them. Then they get them out again by saying, here, you don't like that place? Don't worry. I can give you more money. I'll put you in another place. But first of all, hate to tell you this, you got to start from zero. So we're going to give you some drugs. I'll give you some money, and then we'll put you here.
Mm-hmm.
Usually they offer them a few $1,000s, anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000, as well as a place to stay and some drugs. Now, just like in the underbelly of the beast, that style of living, that's kind of mafia style, right? That stuff. They don't always show up with the $2,000 to $5,000. They might show up with like $500 and tell the guy, "Let me give you this for right now. Go here, stay here for this amount of days." So they're basically body brokering. They're brokering this person's body.
Shipping them around.
It's human trafficking, right?
Well, let me ask you: do you know anybody who passed away due to body brokering?
I know many people that passed away as a result of getting caught up in that rat race.
Yes,
because they're not really in recovery. They're basically being passed around. They're part of a scam. It's still a dirty style of living. That's dirty money, whatever's being passed.
Mm-hmm.
And there was, hundreds of millions of dollars. So even the body brokers who were once brokered a lot of times are so caught up in that world that it's easy money. So when it's easy money and it's dirty money, what's going to happen? They relapse, they die, they overdose. And on top of that, it's really interesting. Like some of these body brokers, they stood out from a mile away. You'd see this motherfucker straight up on his Facebook page, sitting on a Ducati in a mink, wearing like these shades, like all swagged out, right? And you're just like, you just know, like that dude right there.
He's doing the wrong thing.
He's just coming up on a bunch of free money, and there was plenty of them, and they got indicted by the feds, and the treatment centers got indicted by the feds, and there was a lot of raids that went down. And I've always known to be amongst my colleagues one of the good guys.
Upstanding.
As much as like I used to duck and dodge the police when I was younger, I had no problem working hand in hand with law enforcement over the last decade, letting them know who the bad guys are. You want to know why? Because too many of my friends have died. Too many people were neglected of the opportunity to actually really taste and be in recovery.
Mm-hmm.
And so by people doing some shady shit and putting these people in places, body brokering was at an all-time high. It's still around. Right? It still happens. But during that time, like 2015, 2016, and all the way to like 2020, wild, wild west. Trump actually signed a law called the ECRA law in 2018 that said you cannot individually put a person in treatment for money.
Got you.
So there's people that are business development reps that are doing it ethically, that work for a treatment center that get an annual income. Like they're basically on salary, And so they're making a certain amount of money per year, but it's no heads on beds. Their bosses or the treatment center can't say, you need to send us 7 clients a month. It can't be talked like that.
Okay.
That's unethical.